You know, I can't imagine the pressure that comes with being cast for a popular icon or a well renowned historic figure or any of the sorts. In this case, a superhero, and a very iconic one indeed. Robert Pattinson is reportedly having a very tough time shooting the Batman, according to We've Got This Covered. Now, before I get into that, of course, I want you all to remember that this is being reported, meaning there's no validation, there's no confirmation that he's having a hard time, but we've heard a lot of things going on in the rumor mill, from him contracting the coronavirus to actually him not exercising. But I think that was a troll between you and I, and meaning you guys, the viewers. I think that was just Robert Pattinson messing around with us. But we got some new information, new reports stating that he's just having a hard time filming, and that might have to do with Matt Reeves' direction of, like, you know, directing a movie, and a lot of takes and a lot of retakes and reshoots and whatnot. Because Matt Reeves is he's really well known for being very meticulous and just picky in how he shoots his films. So before I get into that, I want you guys to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. 61% of you who are not subscribed watch my videos. I've taken quite a dip there. Let's go ahead and try to get it up there, and, you know, even out the odds between the non-subscribed and the subscribed. And also follow my Discord. Link to that invitation is down in the description box below. Here's my Discord. Plenty of topics for you guys to discuss. Plenty of cool people to meet who are into about the same thing that, you know, you're into, whether it's geek-related culture, gaming, rants, memes, you name it. I got all the channels right here on the left side for you to actually check out. So I'd appreciate that if you go ahead and check it out and at least maybe follow and join the club. We would all welcome you there with wide open arms. And of course, subscribe to my channel. It greatly helps the channel. Like this video, share this video as well if you can, who are interested to, you know, into topics such as this. So if you know somebody who's into comic book related content, movies, games, and more, share this channel with them. They might like it. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the topic. Let's read the article here. So Robert Pattinson is no stranger to the world of effects heavy big budget blockbusters, having made his first feature film appearance in Harry Potter and The Goblet of Fire before going on to star in the Twilight Saga. He may have actively avoided the studio system for close to a decade after his run as sparkly vampire Edward Cullen came to an end, but he's recently divided back in, as well as taking second billing in Christopher Nolan's $200 million time-bending action thriller Tenet. Pattinson has been working on The Batman for close to a year now, with production initially kicking off in January before being shut down due to the coronavirus pandemic. Filming was halted once again when the leading man himself got COVID-19, but shooting continues at pace, almost 12 months after director Matt Reeves first called action. There were reports making the rounds from hugely unreliable sources a while back that Pattinson getting sick was a hoax or orchestrated to cover up the fact that the 34-year-old was struggling with the pressures of playing Batman. And a new rumor once again claims that he's not having the easiest time on set, although Johnny Depp fans beware, as the source of this information is British tabloid The Sun. Filming has been a grueling process, especially for Robert, as Matt is such a perfectionist. He'll insist on doing scenes over and over again and get bogged down in a tiny detail. Sometimes it's like he doesn't know when to stop. Matt has done blockbusters before, but this is another level. Batman is arguably the most popular superhero of all, and by the time the film is released, it will be The Dark Knight's first solo movie in 10 years. Warner Brothers can't afford for the fan base to be disappointed and have thrown 90 million euros at the film. No one is denying that this is a high-stakes production and that Matt is feeling the pressure to get it right. But Robert has had a tough time on these franchise movies before. He hated Twilight by the time it wrapped, and the last thing anyone wants is for him to become jaded. As one of the biggest icons in pop culture, suiting up as Batman is no easy task, as George Clooney will happily tell you. And having already been delayed a couple of times, there's still a while to go until the last reboot for The Dark Knight hits theaters in March 2022. Based on the footage we've seen so far, though, it looks as if Reeves and Pattinson could have something pretty special in store when the Batman finally arrives, regardless of whether or not the star is feeling the pressure. Now, I can understand where they're coming from. I can only imagine. Again, I can't even fathom how much pressure there is to be playing a popular icon, you know, specifically a superhero like Batman. that character is beyond popular, probably arguably the most popular superhero there is. Maybe second to Spider-Man. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Spider-Man second to Batman. I'm not sure. But those are like arguably the most popular superheroes. And I'm sure with that title comes with a lot of, comes a lot of pressure. Again, this is just being reported. I got nothing to confirm that. But I kind of figured I'd share this topic with you because personally for me, I would love an actor that's reliable and that can play a character with confidence. That's just my personal choice. I've had my reservations, my doubts when I first heard that Robert Pattinson was selected to play the Batman, and so has a lot of people. So have a lot of people had their doubts. There was literally an outrage when it was first announced that Robert Pattinson was going to be playing Batman. But it kind of like dawned on us after a while that Robert Pattinson has done a lot of growing since his appearance in the Twilight franchise films. He's dodged the main limelight from Hollywood, and he's done a bunch of indie films, and he's made several appearances in very respectable, high regarded films. And he's really grown as an actor. Some people just move on, and I think we all know that Robert Pattinson himself really wants to move on from the Twilight spotlight, if that makes any sense. But aside from that, should I be concerned? Should we be concerned? Not exactly, because again, this is just a reported article. There's got to be some validity to these claims, because knowing that Matt Reeves is such a perfectionist when it comes to his filming, there's got to be some truth to it, and I can believe it to a certain extent. But again, I want you guys to all take this with a huge grain of salt. None of this can be confirmed, but we've had stories before, and these stories have been more or less similar and consistent with one another. So at the end of the day, there's got to be some truth to those claims and these stories and these reports that we're getting from, Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson and whatnot. Because whether you believe it or not, this production has gone through a living hell, literally. It got delayed. Robert Pattinson got sick, supposedly, with the coronavirus. It's been pushed back, and I can understand, and I can actually believe this to a certain extent. So aside from that, I'm actually very excited for the Batman film. I've been wanting to see a new Batman solo flick for I guess the last few years now. The last solo flick that we got was The Dark Knight Rises back in 2012. So by 2022, it would be already 10 years since we got a solo Batman film, and I actually want to see where they take this franchise next. So I'm curious. I'm very excited to see what Robert Pattinson will be capable of delivering as the Caped Crusader, and what the rest of the cast, like Colin Farrell and the other actors, are going to be able to deliver as villains as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, guys. Let me know your thoughts. What are your thoughts about Robert Pattinson being Batman? This is nothing new, obviously, but again, what are your thoughts? Were you hesitant and reserved at first? Did you have your doubts? And now that it's been a while, do you after seeing the trailer, do you think he'll deliver a great performance? Do you think he'll do a great job as the Batman? I would like to have a conversation going, guys. Please comment down below. Like this video. Share this video if you haven't done so already as well. Join my Discord. Link to that invitation is down in the description box below once again, guys. And thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on bell notifications so you all don't miss anything. And as always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.